What's up everybody and welcome back to An Idiot's Road to Glory episode number 98. Well, it's a few days since we uploaded the last episode because there hasn't been too much going on. We were hoping for FUT birthday to come out yesterday, Tuesday, because that was actually FIFA's birthday, but nothing really did. I played a bit of FUT CHAMPS. I didn't really enjoy it, and I'm going to show you the other stuff that we've been up to, and I'm going to show you guys the plans for episode 100, because there's quite a few of you guys with quite a few good ideas. I'll go through comment of the day and stuff like that in a minute. I'm going to tell you what it's actually going to be. I'm going to show you some new signs that I've made. I'm going to show you how I got on in FUT CHAMPS. But first, let's just take it back to Thursday night, I believe this was now, absolutely ages ago. This is basically just a clip of me actually qualifying for FUT CHAMPS, which is nice. So we managed to actually get in this week. My Div Rivals rewards just about took me over the threshold of having enough tokens to do it. And this was, of course, the team that we've been rocking with and you guys have been seeing. David Luiz and Thiago Silva at the back. Multiple flashbacks, but basically the reason I'm talking about the defence is because I decided, after all this time, to finally stop using Thiago Silva on FIFA 19. I've had his card, and as you can see, we're going to get a Van Dijk. Now, I did speak to you guys, and we did have a vote on whether I should buy Team of the Van Dijk, and 91% of you guys said yes. However, since then, I've invested a lot of my coins. I still haven't sold them investments. We will come on to that as well, and we can't actually afford them. We've got 470,000 coins I had at the point of recording this. The upgrade of Van Dijk was only about 250k, so I decided to pick him up and throw him in the team, the 88 rated one. I've obviously used normal Van Dijk previously, and he was incredible, so I thought, you know what, 88 rated one plus 3, still a normal card, only 250k. We'll grab him, we'll stick him in the team. We can always just sell him and buy a special Van Dijk, but for now, for this FUT CHAMPS, we're going to use normal Van Dijk, and the team is looking a lot better. The only two normal cards we've got in there, and the only two, in fact, no, we've got 3 tradable cards. One of them is Alisson. Outfield, though, 2 normal cards are probably the 2 most meta players on this whole game. We jumped into game number 1 of FUT CHAMPS against a not particularly meta team at all, to be honest with you. I mean, everyone loved Lewandowski at the start because he could head and he can finesse. He don't really finesse too much anymore, so he's not great. Sané is decent. Muller and Kroos, no. His defense is... He's just got a normal goal team, which is absolutely weird to see in FUT CHAMPS. I don't know if this is because I haven't played FUT CHAMPS for weeks that it's given me people who also don't really play FUT CHAMPS or something like that. I'm not really sure, but the first few people that we played... In fact, I'm going to be... No, I won't say that. I was going to say all 10 people we played were absolutely terrible. That's being mean. 9 of them were very, very easily beatable, and one of them was really, really, really good out of the 10 games of FUT CHAMPS that I actually played. So this guy was just the first guy who played in FUT CHAMPS, and you're about to see, I think we made him rage quit in 25 minutes at 3-0. So Keane plays it into Aguero around the corner, De Bruyne into top bins. That was the 20th minute, making it 2-0. The guy barely touched the ball, and then we pinched the ball back off him, and he couldn't even score a kick-off goal. He just wasn't having a good time. I don't want to be too mean, because obviously other people absolutely smash me at FIFA, and I'm obviously not very good compared to them. But when you're playing FUT CHAMPS, you expect people to be like half decent. His team was called the Donkeys. It's kind of accurate, that sounds really mean. But anyway, we made him rage quit in 25 minutes, which is a bit deep. And then we carried this on, and on and on and on. And I think actually it only took me to game number 3, I think, to actually lose a game, which is incredibly frustrating. Like, I mean, you could see the stats there. We had like 70% possession. It was pretty mental. It took me to game number 3 to actually lose the game. I think this one's game number 2, where again, pretty normal team we were matching up against, which is a bit weird. That usually you play God squads basically every game in FUT CHAMPS, so I'm not really sure what was going on there. But yeah, we lost the game against, and I'll come on to this in a minute, but I may as well just chat to you guys while the game is playing through. We lost the game, and it was absolutely 1,000,000,000% undeserved. It's just one of them ones. Like, usually when I play FUT CHAMPS, when I get to 10 games, I've usually got about 9 wins, and it's usually undeserved. Some weeks you'll play a guy and you'll get a proper jammy win and you shouldn't have won, and you should have been 8-2. And other weeks you'll win all 10 of them, and other weeks you'll be 9-1 and you should have won all 10, and it just varies. It's just FIFA, innit? Like, you can't win, unless you're Tex, you can't win every single game. And sometimes the odds of FIFA and just the unluckiness and the stupid stuff that happens just doesn't go in your favour. That was a nicely won penalty, actually. I don't know if you guys seen that. I've been practicing my flip-flaps after seeing Tex doing it in pro play, and it's actually really effective if you can get it down. It's a bit annoying because sometimes it doesn't register the skill move, whether that's lag, whether that's me doing it not doing it properly, I'm not really sure, but like being able to do a La Croqueta is literally just going like that, and sometimes it doesn't register that. So I feel like sometimes it's the controller and sometimes me doing it wrong, but I've been practicing them and they're quite effective. It won me the penalty there, and we got it to 2-0. And again, this guy was very easily beatable. It did actually take me a little while to score against him. And that's something that maybe need to work on and something we're going to talk about. My team up front isn't particularly meta, is my current issue. This goal is stupid. Like, that's the sort of stuff that does go in, and it's really, really frustrating. And I did tweet a video out where I scored like 3 El Tornadoes in one game. It's just a little bit silly, but anyway, we beat this guy 3-0 pretty comfortably anyway. I was getting a little bit worried that we weren't going to be able to score, but we did in the end, and moved on to doing a little bit of our investing and sorting out our club and our trading and things like that. So we'll talk a little bit about my club not being my front line not being particularly meta when we jump to live as well as doing comments today. But first of all, I'm going to show you guys out the reason we couldn't afford the Van Dijk. Even though we had like 1.8 million coins, we invested like 1.5 million of them into 86s and stuff for Carnival, expecting it to be absolutely banging, and it just wasn't. Now, 2 of the players that we did invest into were actually in Carnival, which meant that their price went up quite a bit. I think, yeah, Muller was in Carnival. I'm not going crazy, am I? Or did Muller just go up anyway? I'm actually doubting myself now. Let me just double check this. I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah, he was. Okay, I'm not going nuts. Yeah, Muller was in Carnival. So whilst prices hadn't risen because of the SBCs, his price had risen simply because he was out of packs. Same goes for Bonucci. So we were selling them on for like a couple of thousand coins profit, if that, on maybe 1k profit on the Mullers and 2k profit on the Bonuccis. It wasn't great, to be honest with you, but it was profit. And if we wanted to go and reinvest them coins, we could now buy them back at the original price, or probably even cheaper. I wouldn't be surprised if the stuff has all gone down. Basically, we just sold all this stuff on, and we got ourselves up to about 500k by the time them last 2 sold on, and at least took the minimal amount of profit that was there. The rest of the stuff we are still sitting on, and we're going to gamble that FUT birthday is going to make the market go absolutely boom. That's the plan anyway. I mean, if it crashes the market, everything will crash, I suppose, and we'll sell our stuff at the crash, but we'll buy Van Dijk in the crash, is the idea, or we'll buy Cristiano Ronaldo in a crash or something like that, because I would quite like to get Ronaldo up front. And again, jumping back into FUT Champs, this is now like game break or something like that. We're still playing against teams that were pretty weird. Like, I did play a couple of really good teams, and I did play one guy who absolutely smashed me and was really, really good. But by and large, most teams were very, very average, I suppose. Most teams were worse than mine this week, which is really weird. It's not something that I usually get in FUT Champs. My team's obviously got quite a bit better recently, but even still, like, most people have got like 2 or 3 icons and stuff like that at this point of the game playing Champs, or like player of the month Aubameyang and player of the month Rashford, or player of the month Aguero and player of the month Royce, and a couple of untradeable icons and a Ronaldo or a Messi, just stuff like that. But anyway, business as usual, really. We were smashing people, but I just wasn't enjoying playing it, so I'll come on to this as well. I don't want to just stop completely talking about this. Again, absolutely ridiculous goal. I didn't even press shoot with Aguero for that to go in. I pressed shoot with Rashford, obviously, and then he auto shot and scored and made it 3-0. We ended up winning this game 3-0 as well, and again, we ended up absolutely smashing the guy. So that took me into silver 3. So that got me into silver. That was win number 6, actually. So that was game number 7. And we didn't actually go that much further. If we jump to live, you can see, like I said, I played 10 games, won 8, lost 2. One of the losses was like game 2 or 3 and was completely undeserved, if I do say so myself. And the other game was maybe like game 8, maybe like game 6, something. I can't really remember, to be honest with you, when it was. But 100% deserved to lose. The guy was really, really good at FIFA, and that's absolutely fine. So he probably should have been 9-1. And even looking at that, 8-2 is still good. Like, I only need 6 more wins to get to my usual goal 3. I could probably get that in 7 games, and that's only 17 games of FUT Champs. That's not too bad, but I just wasn't enjoying playing it. The servers were absolutely terrible, which was so annoying because I was really, really excited after the pitch notes that went out. I don't know if you guys seen it. They put out the pitch notes on the servers and basically accepted that, yeah, it's not always our internet, that's the problem, and there is issues with the FIFA servers. And they've always, if you've ever gone to the EA live chats and be like, my game's lagging, I've got buttons delay, like, some of the time, obviously, it is going to be you, and a lot of people do play FIFA on wireless, and that's a massive problem with button delay because of packet loss. And without getting super technical about it, if you're not wired, you can't really complain that much about your connection. Yes, there probably is still an issue with the EA servers, but you're doing damage to it yourself as well by playing on wireless. That's just something you're going to have to accept. But I'm hardwired to my router downstairs, and I still get button delay. I've got like 10 ping or something like that, and 200 down, and I was absolutely adamant that it isn't my connection because I can play every other game perfectly. And they finally admitted that, yeah, there is some problems with the servers, which is great. And they were saying that they were fixing it and they've worked on it, they've made improvements. And I was well excited to jump back into FUT Champs and actually play it. And I don't know if you guys have read the pitch notes. If you're not, go and check it out on the EA website. Just Google like pitch notes and it'll come up, or search like Gabe's Twitter or EA's Twitter or something and it'll come up. Gabe being Zaro, one of the community managers for FIFA. You'll be able to find it pretty easily if you just search FIFA pitch notes. But anyway, they put one out and it explains in it that they can't just test the servers because that's no use to them. Like you can't just look at a server and be like, oh, well, I'm sure you can just look at a server and be like, wow, that's on fire. There's something wrong with it. But in terms of like how it responds to the game in like normal circumstances, you need somebody actually playing the game and being like, yo, this game was really dodgy, this one was fine, and then they can look at the difference between what was going on with the server for them games and be like, oh, maybe that's a problem, we'll fix it. So I was one of them people that was, every time I played a game of FUT Champs, I was saying if the game was good or not. And when I first started, at the very start of the game, it was like bad game, bad game, bad game, okay game, bad game, bad game, good game, bad game, bad game, bad game, bad game, okay game. And it was pretty terrible and it was really doing my head in, and we were moaning to them a lot, which is why they started this feedback thing. And it slowly went on as they started making improvements to getting to the point where it was like good game, okay game, good game, bad game, good game, perfect game, perfect game, good game, bad game. And like it became a thing where when you did get a bad game, it was like 1 in every 5 and it'd be annoying, whereas it used to be a case of, oh my god, the game's working properly, and it was like getting a good one was a shock. So I was so excited to jump back into it, having not played for a couple of weeks, and when I was playing, it was getting better and better and better and better and better. To jump back in and assume that having now done all this maintenance and stuff and upgraded the service, it was going to be even better again, and you'd never get a bad game at all, and it was absolutely terrible. So I just couldn't be asked to play and stopped at 10 games. So that's the way that's gone. FUT Champs in itself, I think, needs a massive overhaul. Like, at this point in the game, let's, for example, like most people, I'm being really mean at the start of this video and saying to people like, I'm saying like, these people are crap that I'm playing against. And in the grand scheme of things, yeah, they aren't particularly good at FIFA compared to me. And in the, I suppose in the grand scheme of things, they are actually quite good. And there's a really easy way, like, there's some of you guys are going to be watching this video and you're going to be like me and you finish like, you can get gold 3 absolutely easily, 15 or 16 games. You can get gold 1. And if you actually played the full weekend league, you would be pushing to try and get into elite. And that's like the really, really top tier players. As much as people don't like to admit it, people who can get gold 1 and be pushing elite in FUT Champs are very, very, very good at FIFA. And people who are getting elite comfortably and getting elite 2 and elite 1, even with mega teams, are really, 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 really good at FIFA. And if you can do that without a full-on pay-to-win God squad, you are incredible at FIFA and basically a pro FIFA player. And there's a very easy way for me to show you guys this. And it's by going, if my controller would work, down to the trophies on FIFA. So if we take a look at the trophies, and this is going completely off the rails, and I do need to tell you guys what we're going to be doing for episode 100 and stuff like that. There's a really, really, really easy way to see this, and it's just by looking at the percentage of people that have done this stuff. So for example, to give you guys an example, who even does skill games? Well, apparently 36% of people have done some skill games on this FIFA. 39% of people have got time shooting on. So over 60% of people don't have time shooting on this game. So that gives you a little bit of an idea. But if we find the Ultimate Team ones, whereabouts are they? Complete a weekly objective in Ultimate Team. That's pretty easy. Complete a daily objective. You do that basically just by starting the game. So roughly 42% of people have actually been and clicked on Ultimate Team. So only about less than half of people who actually own FIFA and play FIFA play Ultimate Team. Of them 40% of people, where is it? Only half of them have started to do their placement games in Div Rivals. Sorry, a third of them, or just under a third of them, have started to do their placement games, 29%, nearly 30% in Div Rivals. And 6% of them didn't, well, not 6% of them, but 6% of players didn't finish, which is pretty crazy. So 20% of people who started their placement games didn't finish them, which is pretty mad because 6% of the 30% is 20%. But anyway, we won't go into that. So this gives you an idea. Only 23% of FIFA players actually did all 5 placement games of Rivals. And that doesn't even tell you how many of them stopped playing. Now, to give you an idea of this, I'm currently trying to get into Div 2. Only 3.5% of people who play FIFA are in Div 4. Now me, as somebody in pushing towards and probably could get into Div 2 if I actually played more division rivals. And there's been times where I've deliberately de-ranked myself to purposefully not go into it. But that was back in the finesse shot meta and I was a little bit better at FIFA then. But anyway, we won't go into that. 3.5% of people are in Div 4. Now, I, as a person, bottom end of Div 2, top end of Div 3, I'm someone who pushing elite and maybe could get it. Tom just got it this last week. I could probably get it if I played a few FUT champs in a row and did all 30 of them. One of them I would probably get elite. And that's only, well, if someone getting into Div 2 can just about maybe get elite, maybe, like some of you guys would argue that I couldn't, that's probably about like 1% of players, if that. And if we go back and bring this all the way back to what we were actually talking about, and it's FUT champs as a whole and the reward system, to get into elite is absolutely ridiculous, as we've just shown. Now, I know, like I said, I was being a bit mean and saying then people were crap at FIFA. Comparatively, they aren't crap at FIFA. Like, somebody who can only get silver 3, or silver 1, sorry, gold 3, like by playing all of their games, they can just about win just under 50% of them and get 14 wins. They're actually ridiculously good at FIFA. Like, Div 4 is top 3.5%. Someone in Div 4 probably finishes gold 2. I think that's a reasonable guess or estimate. So being able to just about get gold 3 is probably like top 5 or 10% of players in the whole of FIFA. So these people are still actually really, really, really good at FIFA. In the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's fine. All of us who play FUT champs every week and finish gold 1, yeah, we'll look at them and like I just have and say, oh my god, they're crap at FIFA. But in the grand scheme of things, they're really, really good at FIFA. And like I said, most people that you usually play in FUT champs have got sick teams full of icons and stuff like that. And for doing all that and playing all of their 30 games, they get 30,000 coins, 2 35k packs, a 50k pack I believe that is, and 2 red picks. Now, at the start of FIFA, that's fine. Like 30k coins goes a long way. You can buy a really sweaty good Premier League team that stands up to most Prem teams with a Rashford and a Bailly and just a couple of sweaty players like that, and you'll do fine. People don't have gold squads, people don't have icons, blah, 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 blah. These people who are playing 30 games of FUT champs to finish gold 3 or gold 2, if we take in like the Div 4 thing, these top 3.5% of people, they've got icons. I mean, look at my squad. What am I going to do to my team with 40k coins? Like, what is that? How on earth is that going to help me at all? I've got to play 2 months of FUT champs to be able to buy Van Dijk. In what world is that helpful? Like, since Team of the Year and Future Stars and stuff like that, the post Team of the Year Future Stars era, FUT champs is completely pointless. Pointless in terms of rewards. The only reason to play it is because you enjoy playing FUT champs. The red picks are crap. No one's getting a red pick that's going into their team. Like, look at the last 2 team of the weeks. They're completely dead. This has turned into a rant video, and I don't know whether I wanted it to, and it's maybe just turned into the problem with FUT champs, and maybe we'll send this to EA so that they can have a look at it and see what I'm saying, rather than me writing this all down and sending it to them. How do I get the team of the week to actually come up in this video? Okay, here we go. None of them are... Maybe one of them, and you've got to have the right squad for him to go into. Raheem Sterling might go into people's squads, but he's already got 2 cards that are the same rating, so realistically, he's probably... I mean, he's got one that's better, actually. His UCL Live's been upgraded, and it's now better than that red one. He's got his player of the month that's the same rating as that one. Ben Yedder is 86, and I believe he's got an 87. He does. He's got a Europa League Live 87. James Rodriguez, you could maybe argue if you're making a Bundesliga team, you put him in, but you maybe you would. All right, so there's one, we'll say there's one player, maybe 1.5 players from this team of the week that might actually go into someone's squad. This team of the week, there's a couple of them maybe. Like Van Dijk, obviously, I put Van Dijk straight into my team, that's fine. Maybe a PK, probably not. You'd use Ramos and Varane. Donnarumma, if you've got a Serie A team, you might go Szczesny, you might go Donnarumma, that's fine. So that one's actually not too bad. The issues you've got to be lucky and actually get them. Odds on that happening are slim. This one, Messi, that's probably the only one that's going into anyone's team at all. So the point I'm getting at is that red rewards, on the whole, pretty dead. This team, there's absolutely no play. Oblak, you might use Oblak. People will probably just use their Courtois. That's the only player that's going into anyone's team realistically at this point of the game from this team of the week. And these are the red picks. And this is assuming that people get the best one, which nobody ever really does. This one you've got Pogba and a Casemiro maybe, Thiago Silva maybe. So there's a few, but you've got to get really lucky, and odds are you're getting all of these players here. So red picks are essentially what I'm saying at this point of the game. Completely pointless. I use a red Aguero, and I was gonna come on to this. He's probably the worst player in my team. He's the most unmeta player in this whole team, and he's someone that I want to get rid of and maybe get Cristiano Ronaldo. And that just goes to show I got a 90 rated red player pick. That look is ridiculous, and he's pointless. He doesn't count as an inform to trade in for an SBC, and he doesn't really do anything for me. So red picks are kind of terrible. You don't use them in your team, and you don't count as informs to complete an icon SBC to improve your team. Essentially, if you get really lucky and get like an 86 red pick, like that Belotti or like that Ben Yedder or something like that, all he does is count as an 86 for an SBC and save you 10k. It's pretty crap. The coins, as we've covered, are completely redundant. Like 45k at the start of the game is brilliant. That's really, really good. I mean, when we're dilly-dallying about whether we should play them as Lucas for 50k, because that's basically all of our coins, going and getting 45k for doing FUT Champs is absolutely brilliant. When I'm debating whether I should buy Team of the Year Van Dijk or Cristiano Ronaldo, who gives a crap about 40k is essentially what we're getting at there. Rare gold pack, 2 rare mega packs, or what you get for this one, 2 mega packs, a rare players pack, blah blah blah. It's a couple of packs. You're likely getting absolutely nothing from it. You might get lucky, and that's fine, and you can play FUT Champs to gamble on the packs, but if you want to do that, just play some FUT Drafts, and you'll get far better packs and far more chance to do it. Or just play Div Rivals and play a few games every day, and you get better packs for finishing rank 1. Is essentially. So basically, my whole point is that FUT Champs is pretty pointless, and if they want to make it better, they need to change up how the rewards work, maybe the amount of coins that you get for them, maybe make the red player picks actually work as informs, or change the red player picks to give you the players from the current week's promo. Imagine you could get 2 Carnival players. I would have played all of my FUT Champs games if you could get 2 Carnival players instead of 2 Team of the Week players. That'd be sick. 2 untradeable Carnival player picks, banging. 2 untradeable FUT Birthday player picks, banging. I'd be playing on 3 accounts. Do you know what I mean? It'd be absolutely quality. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't harm anyone. It just makes us want to play the game and make it fun. I don't understand why it's not a thing, but anyway, this has turned into a massive rant about why FUT Champs needs changing and how it needs fixing, and to make the game make you actually want to play FIFA rather than just design squads and stuff. And I absolutely love FIFA and the Ultimate Team, they're making the teams and they're trying the cards and all that stuff, but actually playing FUT Champs, especially because of the connection, was a little bit dead this weekend. So yeah, I don't think I'll play it this weekend, the weekend coming up either, because it's my grandma's 80th birthday party, so I'm going back to Liverpool to be at that, so I'm not sure if I'll be about enough to do my games. We'll see. I haven't actually got enough credits at the moment, so I doubt it. Probably just keep saving up and play in next week's one properly. Anyway though, let's finish this video with a bit of fun stuff and talk about what we're going to do for the 100th episode. So I decided that a really fun thing to do, some of you guys had some ideas, and instead of doing comments there, I'll just read a couple of them. Gareth O'Brien said, for the 100th episode, play 30 games of FUT Champs, as we just covered, make it so you get 2 Carnival picks, and I'd 100% be there. People were laughing at the fact that Paulinho is my top goal scorer. I wonder if he still is. Yes, indeed he is. 69 goals Paulinho's got. De Bruyne is second with 66. Let me sort it by this. Firmino's got 57, Aguero's 35, Ibra's 35, Rashford's on 20. Paulinho is the goal. Paulinho is the GOAT. Anyway, what we're going to do for the 100th episode is I'm going to complete an absolute crap load of the League SBCs, and we're going to do a huge pack opening. I think that's a good fun way to do it. But for now, we're going to open our Div Rival Awards for this week. It's just told me that I had items to deal with. I've just said, okay, thanks, I'll have another one. Cheers, mate. Right, Div Rival Awards, untradables. Let's finish off with these, and let's do it quick because I've rambled a lot in this video. It's going to be quite a long video. So we've got ourselves an untradable Vitolo, is that? Morales, okay. Pretty crap, 81 rated. See what I mean? Like, packs are pretty dead. Picks are where it's at. And at the start, picks are fun. But let me know how many of you guys in the comment section actually have a player pick in your squad. How many of you actually use one of them? Because I can't imagine it's many. I imagine I'm in the minority in the fact that I use Aguero and I want to get rid of Aguero for Cristiano Ronaldo or someone ridiculously meta. And he's like a really, really lucky one to get, like 90 rated. The best one I've had all year. I had Chiellini and Chesney, and I did use them for quite a while. But then as the game's gone on, we've obviously changed to like flashback David Luiz, who's better than Chiellini. And I want to get De Gea as well, actually. That's someone who I really want to get. Is Wijnaldum untradeable? He's not. Okay, nice. Is Fernandez untradeable? He's not. Nice. Okay, so you can get some coins for both of them. I want to get David De Gea because I feel like he's much better than Alisson. So that's another little upgrade that I want to make for a couple 100k. Oh, we've got a walkout. Nice. Okay, who's this? This is good because this is untradeable, so we can just trade them in to help us finish an SBC off. Higuain, that is a good one. 88 rated. Very nice. We've got an untradeable Salah and we've got an untradeable Higuain. So there's icon SBCs and stuff like that that need to be completed at some point as well to get rid of all these ridiculously high rated untradeable cards. That's pretty good. Oh my god, that's a ridiculous pack. Lloris and Higuain untradeable. And Martial is 84 and Pereira is 83. That's really, really good. Okay, so we've got some serious SBC fodder in our club now. And need to be looking to do an SBC at some point. Like with Salah, I'll show. Let's just open this last pack. The other one's just a contract pack. No walkouts, so I'll just skip it and I'll show you guys really quick because this video is getting really, 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 really long. Dzeko, nice. Okay, more SBC fodder. Okay, I'll sort that out off camera. I'll basically show you guys the stuff that we're not using in my club that's untradeable. And again, I'd really like Van Dijk, but I'd kind of like to just keep his normal one, I think. The team of the year one I'm talking about. But I think maybe just keep his normal one for a couple 100k and buy Cristiano Ronaldo would be a better idea. But then at the same time, I've got an untradeable Thiago Silva 90 rated that I'm no longer using. I would no longer use Aguero if I got Ronaldo. Falcao, yeah, we sometimes sub him on, but he's 89. We never use Pato or even sub him on, so that's 88. Salah, untradeable. I sub him on, but it's fine to get rid of him. 88 rated. Untradeable 88 Higuain, 88 Lloris. We've got an icon Crespo that never gets subbed on or anything and needs to be used. This Ben Arthur, 86. Dzeko's 85. There's so much SBC fodder there that it's getting towards the point where we can start doing an icon SBC really, 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 really cheap. I can even keep my Keane because I've got that Crespo and trade in for, I don't know, maybe we get rid of De Bruyne and I don't know why I'm going to FUT Champs instead of SBCs and do Optimus Prime Socrates or something like that. You need to trade in my Crespo, which is fine, he's untradeable, and you do need an actual crap load of high-rated squads, but we could probably do one of them for free with my untradables, and some of the other ones lower down, maybe really, really cheap. It still probably cost me about 1 million coins, to be honest with you, to do this guy, but there's others there. And basically, I'm just asking you guys what you think I should do. This video has been going on for ages. We basically just turned it into a video of how we need to fix FUT Champs and maybe make Carnivals, player picks or something like that instead, which I think would be very, very, very fun. Let me know what you think about all of that. If you're still watching this video at this point, thank you very much. I appreciate your guys' support and I love the fact that you guys are still enjoying this series. We'll be back with episode 99 where I'll show you guys what we've been up to, if we buy De Gea, what you guys decide, what you think I should do, and we'll discuss all of that. I'll show you guys loads of the league SBCs that we're going to be doing and completing to do a massive pack opening in episode 100 where we'll also compare the squads and take a look. I'm just going to go. We'll sort it out then. I'll see you guys soon.